Hello and welcome back to CS38 Racing, and we are here at the classic Assen circuit. So grab some popcorn, grab a drink, and enjoy this episode as we push the Honda to be fighting for the top 6 at Assen. Let's jump into it. G'day and welcome back to CS38 Racing, and this is episode 32 of MotoGP Career Mode. So let's jump down into it. Got a couple of messages here. C Racing's victory was well deserved. We have to work harder to compete at Assen. Well, it's good. We know Marquez was definitely the closest to that goal of winning on the Honda. Rins has won on the Honda when he was on Honda as well, so that's a positive. Congratulations from our teammate from Zarko. That's excellent. Now, if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. You know what? Just a secret between you and me. It's free. It doesn't take longer than 2 seconds, and it really shows your support here for the channel and helps me know what type of content to keep creating for you guys. So just keep that in mind as you're watching this one. Okay, so we have some testing that we need to do. Got some testing, and then we're going down to Assen. Then, we've got the dreaded Sachsenring. That is not my favorite track. Then a few tracks that are sort of mid for me. Then we've got some really good tracks that I really like coming into the tail end of the season. So let's see how we can go down in the test and see what is capable for us. So at the conclusion of that one, we did the normal tests of going out on the medium first, then making our way onto the soft tyres on both Spec A and Spec B. With that being said, in general, our fastest lap was, if we can get it to work, a 46.566. So that was pretty strong there. So Spec A, the fastest time we did the fastest time of 146.566. Spec B's fastest time was a 146. So the ideal lap time was a 146.2 if we combined all of it together, but the fastest was a 146.653 was the fastest. Ideal, same across all. So that sort of rounds it out for this one. Both feel pretty good overall, so I don't think there's going to be too much of a problem in either direction. But these sort of times do count. These things are important. This one has better controlled fuel delivery, increased electronics development. Look, there's not much difference between it. I think we're just going to go with the bike that's quicker. Okay, so now with the test all wrapped up and done, they're still wanting us to finish in front of Mir. We're well and truly doing that at the moment, but you never know if this could just be a little bit of a dream and we're just flying on the crest of a wave and we're about to come crashing back down. So we're going to have a mixed condition race. That's going to be interesting. First up, we've got a mixed conditions practice and a dry qualifying. So that will be good to get a bit of practice in either side of what we're doing. All right, see you guys down in qualifying. So first, let's jump into a practice recap. It was a wet practice, but that didn't affect us too much as we knew that we were going to have some rain-affected races during the weekend, so we needed to focus on a little bit of wet track practice. So let's jump into our track guide here. We've come out of turn 1. I like to take a tighter turn 1 than the AI, because I feel like it gives you good acceleration into the tight infield section here as we end Sector 1. Now we come into the slowest corner on the track. Multiple lines you can take through here, but it's best to get the power down as soon as possible and get a very good run down this back straight. That completed the first sector. We're now into the second sector. It's a very fast and flowing section, beautiful part of racetrack, beautiful track in the whole calendar. So it is very, very good and satisfying when you get this right. So I took a little bit of a wider line there. Ideally you would like to cut it a little bit shorter, but we did not manage to do that in this particular time around the circuit. So you come now into turn 10 and we've run out a little bit on the curbs there. Coming into turn 11, we're still looking to maintain as consistent pace as possible. As you can see, we're just off the top time coming out of the second sector, finishing the second sector and into the third and final sector, fourth sector now. Coming into the iconic last corners of the Gert Timber chicane, turn 17 and turn 18 to cross the line and managing to do a 141.903. That put us up to second overall in the practice session, but that did not last as we managed to stay in fourth. Pretty impressive for our practice session. Overall, I was pretty happy with how the Honda was going in the wet and felt confident that we could put some good pace in to possibly challenge for the top qualifying and also get ourselves into a position that we can start fighting for regular top fives as we have been in the previous races. Q2, so this is a whole different ball game from us. So the two riders that came through from Q1 were Pecco Bagnaia and Enea Bastianini. That is relatively surprising considering Ducati is normally very strong around this track, and Pecco Bagnaia certainly has a very good relationship with the Assen circuit. So with that being said, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get the Honda into a relatively good position to give us the best chance at a sprint race and full-length race. So we're going to jump down onto the track with a medium combination. Well, actually, I think we want to change that to a soft combination. Let's check that our ECU is set up the way that we like it. Let's drop that to 2 and put the power mapping up to 3. Everything else is looking okay from there. Just switch to the soft tires just to make sure we're getting the maximum we can out of the tires. And switching to our 200mm brake as it gives us the confidence. Whoa, we've gone crazy on autopilot there, so that's put us into a wheelie. Let's go back to the pit and restart that one.
On his way back.
Okay, hopefully autopilot behaves this time round and we're able to have a solid start. So let's get this qualifying underway. We're coming into that final sector now and we're looking to put in a good lap time. Hopefully we can start in the top 6. That's sort of my target, to start getting the Honda regularly in the top 7, top 8 at a minimum. But this is the first time we've had some dry track time in the whole weekend, so it may take a few laps just to adjust to get ourselves completely set up how we would like. We've done 31.3 through the first sector. Now coming into the Vinslang corner. This is a very tricky part of the track, but it's so satisfying when you nail the positioning here and the track positioning. Everything is just so neat when you get this done correctly, and it's just so good to get a good lap and run through that sector. So we're coming out of turn 9 to bolt corner into turn 10 and 11. This can be a little bit tricky. You can sort of decide how you want to run this one. Preferably you're wanting to keep up that mid-corner speed, giving yourself a good exit onto this tight and twisty section, a very high-speed section. Okay, so we managed to get ourselves pulled up for the ramshot corner. Now we're into Gert Timberbush corner. Flicking it through the final corner across the line, we do a 134.982. So relatively surprising there. And it's giving us a buffer, but I don't think it'll give us a huge amount of time. Let's see what the other riders set as they set their first flying laps. With the clock ticking down with 9 minutes to go. So it looks like Franco Morbidelli might be the first rider to cross the line here. Let's see if his time elapses ours for pole position. As we're 2/10 up on our best time from before. Morbidelli has managed to, we're 2.5 seconds off the lap time that Morbidelli has set, so we're quite a way off the pace here. That's a little bit surprising, but we are on for an improvement, but still that is a big chunk of time that we are losing around the track here. .1 off in the final sector. Sorry, in the third sector. That puts us up to 11th. We're 1.3 seconds off the fastest time now. So we've still got a little bit of time to find. Just pushing the limits of the track there. But we didn't seem to get penalised, but we're also not faster than our fastest lap time. And we've run wide there. Let's return to the pit and see what we can do.
The mechanics take the...
Let's go back out, set ourselves up for a better run, and see if we can improve our lap time at all. Heavy on the brakes into turn 1, making sure that we... Oh, nope. Okay, let's restart the flying lap. That wasn't exactly what we were looking for. 3 minutes on the clock now. We don't have much time to waste. We come through the final corner. Coming onto the main straight now. Flicking, just hitting the top of 5th gear before braking into turn 1. Staying in 2nd gear to make sure that we get enough power in these sort of mid-corner speed style corners, very tight cornering, but we also wanted to maintain that corner speed. You can see that we are making an improvement here. A small amount of improvement, but it's still improvement nonetheless. We're 0.007 off the best time, or our best time there. We're still seeming to hold a bit of time. We're 6/10 up at this stage of the lap. Oh, we had a bit of a twitch there. That will affect our ability to maintain the pace. So we dropped a little bit of pace there. So that twitch coming in to the previous set of corners has really impacted our ability to have a good run. We're just over a second off the best lap time set by Morbidelli for 132.441. But are we going to be able to redeem anything here into the final sector, into the final corners of this second closing lap here at Assen? Go through, we didn't make any improvement there. Let's see if we can make an improvement this time round. We're keeping our brakes as smooth as possible, making sure that we're getting as much corner speed and not losing on exit as we can. Got to try and find that balance where we can. .066 off. So we are making improvements. Again, we had a little bit of a twitch on the front there. It's going to lose us a little bit of time, but we're still a bit better than last time. We're just under that second barrier now, 9.17, 0.917 now off the time. We're wide into the Ramstrup corner. Okay, we're going to make any improvements here. We have got one lap left to go, so that's put us up to 9th position. You can see our teammate ahead of us here, Zarko, is currently sitting in 11th. That's an invalid lap. That has ended our challenge here for the top 6 or top 8 positions. Top 9 is the best we can hope for here. And hopefully our teammates of Nakagami and Zarko do not challenge us there. That is the case. We finish in 9th, just behind Alex Rins, and Fabio Quartararo rounds out the Japanese Cup in 6th, with Morbidelli taking pole. So we've got a little bit of work to do here, but it's not as bad as we've had in the past, so hopefully we can put our heads down, get a good start to the sprint race, and get ourselves back into the points, as we need to do. Okay, so we're down here on the track. Marquez, Alex Marquez, Bastianini, and Pecco all have long lap penalties. Let's check our setup. We've got all... I'm going to be running the 340 front disc here now, and a front soft and soft rear as well. Let's jump down into the action, see how we can go. Let's get a good start here and hopefully be in a good position by turn 1 and consolidate that through the rest of the sprint race. And we're off. It's not great, but it's still okay. Getting through on a few of the other bikes that have had a bit of a bogged down start. We're on the inside of Nakagami. There's been a bit of a scuffle between the two factory Ducati boys. And by the end of the first sector, we're putting ourselves in 6th position, so an overall gain there of 3 positions, which isn't too bad considering how bad our starts have been in previous races. So it's currently Morbidelli leading from Oliveira, Fernandez and Rins, with Pecco in 5th, Bastianini right on our tail now, wanting to take that 6th position. Managed to miss our brake marker there, so we've left that really late, and that's let Bastianini and Jorge Martin back through, but the two Ducatis there are having a little bit of a battle. So now we've just gained 1 position overall. We're still the top Honda, but we're not the top Japanese manufacturer at this stage. First time into the Timber chicane. Those Ducatis get very good acceleration out of that last corner. We were absolutely bogged down. Nakagami and Alex Marquez have taken a big dive on the inside there, so we know that we can brake later than we were, but we're going to get back through on Nakagami here. One of the Ducatis is going for a long lap penalty here. It looks like Bagnaia is taking his long lap penalty. Going to stick to the inside. There we go, because we do remember the pain of last season and what happens when those Ducatis come flying out of the long lap penalty loop here in Assen. Keeping ourselves hopefully on the back of Bagnaia here and can get ourselves into points. Whoa, we've had a big moment here. Very big moment. Let's see if we can collect it. That's put Quartararo back through here. I thought we would have got a track limits warning as well as Quartararo, considering we're over the curve. Taka Nakagami has now upped his game. That's the first time we've seen a Honda this close to us in the race for a while now. Bastianini now has also taken his long lap penalty, so Ducatis are clear of their penalties. We're currently sitting in 8th with 2 laps left to go. So it's not too bad overall. Flick right now into the Stuckenwall corner. So we don't really seem to be gaining on the Ducatis, but we don't really seem to be losing much time either. So we're just sitting right where we need to, which is okay, because this is still in the points for the sprint race, which is still our objective here, is to ensure that we are still within the points in every race that we can be. Looks like there's a good battle going on between the Yamaha and the Aprilia ahead of these two Ducatis. Might they engage themselves in a battle? They have there. Rins and I believe it is Pecco Bagnaia have all engaged in a bit of a battle, which is giving us the ability to close up to the back of Bastianini here. Whoa, there is a bit of a battle. We've undercut Bastianini there. We've got alongside Rins, so we could gain a few positions here in the last laps, which would be astonishing. I thought we would have had to have settled. And Fernandez has gone down, and the bike just misses the Ducatis ahead of us there. So we just have to get a replay on what happened to Fernandez. Okay, so now we're looking to stay on the rear of Rins here, but we've got Bastianini that is not willing to give up 6th place. But neither are we in this situation. Franco Morbidelli's got a track limits warning. There's been a crash. There's been a crash in Sector 4. Who's gone down? Can't really tell. But we managed... Oh, Bastianini. Bastianini has gone down. But we managed to get past Alex Rins there for a top 5. Oop, we're out a little bit wide. I expect to get a track limits warning there, but no, we don't seem to at this stage. It's the last lap now. We've come through the Veenslang corner. We're deep on Ramshoek corner. But we've still got a pretty healthy 7th, 10th gap over Rins here. Just over half a second. Seven tenths now is the gap between ourselves and Rins on this sprint race. Coming into the Ramshoek corner. Making sure we're doing very well to defend ourselves into the Gert Tinderloch corner. And that's across the line for 5th, so a pretty good recovery there in the sprint race. Woohoo, 5th overall. I'm pretty happy with that considering we come from 9th. We are actually claiming the top Yamaha manufacturer spot, and we also did a fastest lap of a 132.874. So this is showing that we do have quite a bit of potential going into the race. That puts us still in P8 in the championship, only a few points now off Alicia Spargo, so hopefully we can put ourselves in a position that we do beat our former Aprilia stablemates. That puts us up to 6th in the team's championship as well. So with that looking pretty good, let's see if we can continue that form into the full length race down here at Assen. Okay, we're down here for the race. We're looking to put ourselves into another top 5 if we can, considering we are sitting in 9th. Here we're going to run the 340 front disc and the 220 rear disc, and keeping ourselves in a soft combination on the front and the rear because I think we can make it work here with tyre management. So there's Morbidelli. He's looking to continue to make gains here in the race. Let's see how we go off the line. We're getting okay starts. It's still not the best starts, but it's okay. We're going to look for the inside again like we did on the sprint to make a few positions on the inside. Whoa. I believe that was Quartararo who came through and clipped our rear, and he's clipped our rear again, getting his way through there as best as he can. There's been a crash for Marc Marquez, where there's been a scuffle between him and our teammate Zarco. We're going for the inside here on both of the Yamahas. We've given Fabio a little bit of a taste of his own medicine there. Looks like Rins, his compatriot, is looking to make a move through around the outside into the Veenslang corner. Pretty unheard of there. We managed to get through unscathed. We've seen that Pecco Bagnaia is in 5th ahead of us, so we already are up to 6th on this first lap, gaining 4 positions and putting ourselves into a great position overall to put ourselves in contention for the podium here if we get a good pace. If not, we need to just keep ourselves in the points and get a solid point scoring round. Oh, we've gone into the green there a little bit on the inside of the corner, so that gives us a track limits warning. We will have to manage those over the distance of this race because we do not want to give ourselves an unnecessary long lap penalty and causing us to lose even more time and even more positions. So coming around to complete this first lap, we've gained 4 positions in total. We can see that it's Morbidelli leading from Oliveira and Bastianini. Then we have Raul Fernandez and Pecco Bagnaia, followed by ourselves and the 2 Yamaha boys. So in this first sector, we can see in these first set of corners, we gain a lot of time on Pecco Bagnaia. Maybe the soft tyres is giving us a little bit of extra grip in these early stages of the race, but keeping ourselves in this position is good. We can see that we're not far off what the top guys are doing here, so we could put ourselves into a position where we're fighting for the podium, which would be excellent considering this is Assen and it often requires a really well handling bike, good downforce to ensure that you're getting grip during the corners and also good acceleration and mid-corner speed. I also favour the fact that Assen needs a bike that is quite agile, so where maybe, well, in real life we know that the Honda is definitely not the most agile bike out there, but hopefully the strides that we've made in testing and the development that we've added so far to the bike has given the bike a little bit more agility. So let's take a look at the gap. So we've got Quartararo, who is about roughly just under a second, or now a second behind us, and we are just under half a second to the back of Pecco Bagnaia, but we close up in the brakes there, and we're looking to make a bit of a difference here. Can we get into the slipstream of Pecco Bagnaia? We're a little bit wide, but we're still just hanging in. We've got the inside line there. We're able to make a block pass there on Pecco Bagnaia, and that's worked out quite well. We've claimed 5th spot here, and we're looking to get a cheeky move through on Raul Fernandez. We're trying to block off the corner there, but Raul Fernandez says no thank you and creates his own pathway through. But we're back into the slipstream now of Fernandez. Can we make a move into Vince Lang? We're looking on a move on the inside. Can we block the... We've managed to close the door there on Fernandez and bringing ourselves into 4th position now with just half a second to the podium positions. So this is a lot better than I was expecting at this stage in the race. I was expecting that we would have to be putting in a lot hotter lap times to keep up with the top 5 or the top 4 of the podium contenders. Oh, I say that as we've taken a massive head shake into turn 10 there, which has caused Fernandez and Bagnaia to come back through on us, which isn't ideal, but we've got to put our heads down and see if we can regain any positions. Overall, we're doing well with our race objective of finishing ahead of Joanne Mir. We're currently 5.7 seconds ahead of Mir. Let's see if we can gain anything into the braking zone here. We do gain a lot of time. We go on twitchy into the braking zone there. We had to sort of make it a bit of an emergency sort of situation where we had to pull up because we didn't want to run into Pecco, but unfortunately it did mean we did clatter into the side of him a little bit there. So that was how we were able to make the move. We're looking to make a very aggressive move here on Raul Fernandez, trying to look up the inside, looking on the inside of turn 4 again, seeing if we can block. We're not. We're going to let Fernandez run a little bit deep and see if we can get the undercut here on Fernandez coming in to the back straight section here. We don't. Fernandez got some good acceleration. Not this time. We can't get to the inside line this time on Vince Lang. Looking to ease our way through on Fernandez if we can, because we can see that the podium contenders are moving away a little bit here. So now we're looking to make a move on Fernandez. We're going around the outside into these final chicanes. We're going to have to sit up there. We've got some track limits warnings. But we've made our way through for 4th. So let's see what we can do now that we've cleared Fernandez. Looking to catch up to this podium trio of Franco Morbidelli, Miguel Oliveira and Bastianini. We're just shy of 8/10 off them now. We have gapped Raul Fernandez, so we are looking like we're in a position to be able to fight for the podium. We've lost a little bit of contact here with the top 3. But we know that we're strong on the brakes into the last corner. We do make up a little bit of time, but they make it back on acceleration. Here we go, this is the closest we've been to the podium now. With 3 laps to go, are we able to put ourselves in a position to fight for the podium? We managed to get straight onto the back wheel of Bastianini, but look at the difference in acceleration there. We just lose a lot of time as the bike wheelies. Still looking to hunt down this podium position. We're 1.2 seconds ahead of Fernandez here. I was expecting, we're going to have a couple of track limits warnings now. I was expecting Pecco Bagnaia to be stronger. Normally this is a track that Pecco is very strong at. He had a good run through the last couple of corners there. Putting in consistent times of 1:33s here, so for the last 3 laps we've been in the mid 1:33s to high 33s. But here, it's this first sector that we really gain time. We're looking for a cheeky move on the inside of turn 4. We know that we can't look to the inside. We try to. Bastianini's gone down there. Didn't feel like we clipped his tyre that much, but we may have a warning coming through. Run wide coming out of the turn 7 there. So we've lost a little bit of time here on the top 2. But I think we're just going to have to consolidate it here and round out for the podium. And just hope that we're able to hold off the late charging Pecco Bagnaia here, who's only 6/10 off our rear tyre, as we're in turn 1.5 seconds off Miguel Oliveira's rear tyre. Coming through turn 12 into turn 13 and 14, making sure to hit our braking marker and ensure that we get a good run out of turn 15 into the final corners to end lap 7 here. Come across the line doing a 1:34.543. Into turn 1, a little bit deep, but we're able to carry a lot of good speed through here, coming down to under a second, close to half a second now to the rear tyre of Miguel Oliveira. So do we have a little bit more left in the tank to be able to challenge for second position? Good run through the Rosenhoek corner, however you say it, turn 7 into turn 8. Trying to minimize the wheelie as much as possible. We've got a good lap here, so we have maintained these soft tyres enough so that we seem to be having good grip at this stage of the race. Easing our way into the final sector here. Coming around for the second last time of asking into this final 3 corners. We lose a little bit of time there on Oliveira in the change of direction. We did a 1:33.608. So lap 6 at this stage is our fastest of a 1:33.459. Trying to force the issue here, seeing if we can get into the slipstream of Oliveira. We are now in the slipstream. We looked for a move on the inside of Vishlang, but it's a very dangerous move to have to pull off. We've gone to the inside. We've got a bit bargy there, but we've managed to hold it off. So we are under investigation now for our incident with Oliveira. And it does seem like they have a result for us immediately. Okay, there it is. It's 1 warning, but we're okay. So now we can't run anywhere on the green on this final sector coming into the closing part of the lap. So we just need to manage the gap now. I don't think we're going to be able to catch Morbidelli at this stage, but second is still an incredible get here. As we come across the line to complete second place for Honda here at Assen.
In a few minutes, the top 3 riders will arrive for their...
So, as you can see, we're second overall with a fastest lap of a 1:33.043. Which is rather incredible considering we came from 9th on the grid, where the top Japanese manufacturer, and we've managed to put ourselves onto the podium again with Honda. Incredible. Still wasn't expecting that run to happen that we've had in the recent episodes here. So if you've enjoyed this one, guys, give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification, because you don't want to miss another episode of our GP career mode here with our Honda challenge. So Pecco Bagnaia is still leading the championship on 202 points from Bastianini on 166. Martin and Franco Morbidelli, the Prima Pramac boys, are taking out the top positions after that. We are currently sitting 6th in the team championships and leading from Monster Energy Yamaha, so that is at least good that we've got that Japanese manufacturer rivalry happening, and we're still leading them in the Constructors Championships as well in 4th place. So if you've liked those races, again, please give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, because it lets us know what you enjoy here at the channel, and it also is a good way to reward a good ride here in career mode as well. So if you're enjoying this series, also feel free to comment down below what you've been enjoying about this season, and if you're having any troubles or issues in your season, or what you're enjoying from your seasons as well. Don't be shy to get down into the comment section and let us know what you're thinking. Okay, so let's jump into the reward section of the episode. We are going back up to top rider, so that is a good step forward as we look to engage with contracts towards the second half of the season to line up our next move. There we go. So it looks like we've got another challenge here. It's back to beating Zarco. So we need to beat Zarco in Germany, which could be a little bit of a tall order considering we don't like Germany. It's my least favorite track, and I haven't had an extremely good history with Germany. But let's see what we can do. We've been turning the Honda around, so maybe the Honda won't be so bad in Germany. Maybe something clicks for us and we're able to put ourselves into a good position. Anyway, guys, this is going to round out this episode. Make sure to hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.